Are you down for this? If you're in the mood, we can take it to the moon. Just like a movie scene, table for two. No need to be fed, I want you instead.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. My name is Sabta Rizana, and today I would like to talk about an important things about what we can do to prevent the barriers of effective communication. But before I start explaining the barriers, I want to ask a question. Guys, have you ever experienced a situation where um, you tried to explain something, but the other person still didn't understand what you mean? I think many of us have experienced this situation, especially during presentation or discussion in class. Sometimes we feel like we already explained our ideas clearly, but we don't know why the audience still looks confused. This shows that communication is not always as simple as just we speaking. Sometimes there are certain barriers that interrupt the communication process. After learning about this topic, I realized that communication problems don't always happen because the idea is bad. Sometimes the real problem is the way we deliver the message. Here are one barrier that often happens is lack of preparation. When a speaker is not prepared well, it becomes difficult to explain ideas clearly. For example, during presentation, we sometimes forget important point or suddenly feel confused what we want to say next. Because of that, one way to prevent this barrier is by preparing the material well. When we understand the topic and organize the main point clearly, it becomes easier for us to explain our ideas to the audience. Okay, another barrier is unclear message. Sometimes speaker actually understand the topic, but the explanation is still confusing for the audience. This can happen when the speaker uses language that is too complicated or explaining things too quickly. To prevent this problem, it is important to use simple language and explain ideas step by step so the audience can follow the message more easily. Okay, another common barrier in communication is anxiety. Many people feel nervous when speaking in front of others, and this is actually very normal. I think many students have experienced moment when they suddenly forgot what they want to say during a presentation. When anxiety becomes too strong, it can affect our confidence and make communication less effective. One way to reduce anxiety is by practicing before the presentation. When we practice several times, we usually feel more familiar with the material and more confident when speaking. Besides that, delivery also plays an important role in communication. Delivery includes how we use our voice, body language, and eye contact. If a speaker speaks too fast or too softly, the audience may have difficult understand the message. However, when the speaker speaks clearly, maintains eye contact, and uses natural gesture, the audience will find the message easier. So, from this point, we can see that communication barriers can actually be reduced if we prepare well, organize our ideas clearly, manage anxiety, and improve the way we deliver our message. In conclusion, communication barriers can make a speech less effective, However, if we understand these barriers and try to prevent them, we can communicate our ideas more clearly and build better communication with our audience. I think maybe that's all from us. Thank you for your attention and bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.